Hey, VC, Jeff, back again. Been a brutal week. Work's been crazy, and yeah, I just did 4 more interviews for another promotion. But yeah, I don't know, man. They started probing me about my boss, and yeah, it's not going well. Anyway, yeah, you don't want to say bad things about your boss, but yeah. Anyway, getting on, got a bit of a stack going. So like I had a lot of study time this weekend, and so that meant a lot of music. So some stuff I'm going to dwell on a little longer than others. But yeah, let's just jump in. Some of these new purchases, some stuff that's been sitting around. Been hitting thrifts a lot. Vinyl seems to be drying up a bit, but having good luck with CDs. But yeah, I'll show you this last one. This was a reissue I picked up. So this is Bridget Fontaine with, as you see, the Art Ensemble of Chicago. Um, so it looks like Yeah Yeah Girl, but it's really not. So it's Art Ensemble with kind of like a French, almost like a spoken word thing going on top of it. Free jazz. So definitely not for everyone, but it's a really nice packaging. This you can still get these. There's a few floating around still. This is on what do you call it? Viaduct, Superior Viaduct. They had a sale or are having a sale. Unfortunately, I didn't see that until after I'd ordered this. But yeah, really solid album. Somewhere in 4.5 to 5 for me, anyway. Very influential album. This always comes up, and people like yeah, Sonic Youth mention this as an influence. But yeah, great album if you like that little more experimental stuff. What else we got? Picked up this one. I picked up way too many this week, I think. But it's kind of in that mood. I'm not in the mood for the hunt. Survival Knife. These not many floating around still because this was like maybe 2000. I want to say 2014. What this is 2014. Yep. So this is Brant and Justin, especially Justin of Unwound. So Brant was the touring bassist in their later days when Vern was getting a little messed up. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, he had a little drinking problem. Probably why he passed away last year. But yeah, it's if you like Unwound's last album, it's takes off from there, but it's going in a little more of a there's a little more metalism in this one. I'm hearing a little more metal, like a black metal influence. Is it as good as Unwound? Probably not. But if you're, a diehard, if you really like their last album, yeah, this is worth having. It's a little bit different sound. I don't know. I've listened to it a few times, or 3 or 4 times. Um, yeah, one time I really got into it. Other times I was like, yeah, it's okay. So I don't know. We'll see how it holds up over the time, but that's definitely one I'll keep in my personal collection just because I love Unwound. I still need to get that very first box set with the early stuff. But yeah, as far as their side projects go, I really like the Replicants, but yeah, this one it's good, but it's not quite great. This is a yeah, so yeah, 4 stars ish. It's definitely not essential for most people. This one's quite interesting. This is Danny and the Nightmares. So it's Daniel Johnson, the outsider musician, who again unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. I want to say it was 2018, maybe 2019. Um, but yeah, nice packaging on this. This is on that Spanish label, Munster with a U, Munster label, and so it's their first album. It was a lot more garagey. This one's a little less garagey, but it's still pretty harsh. It's outsider music. So it's basically sorry, it's in a blank. It came in a blank sleeve, so it's a little noisy. It came with a sort of a comic. by Daniel Johnson. It has a lot of the flyers he did for this band. This is really cool. So he does his own artwork plus outsider musician type. Is it his best? Possibly not, but it's one of his better albums for sure. Do I highly recommend it? Yes. Definitely is going to get repeated listens. I do kind of like the one that came out a little bit before this, but I don't know if it has a vinyl release. But I'm going to have to hunt down the CD. But yeah, Death of Satan, kind of a theme there. Satan Don't Care, Mentally Ill, All Good Dead Children, Satanic Church, Nothing, Talk, Past Happened First, Lucifer Tonight, Public Domain, Sounds of Pain, Do Die. Curiously, last track is Daniel Johnson is Dead. Yeah, highly recommend this one. Pretty solid 4.5 from me. Is it for everyone? Maybe not. It's it's a little rough around the edges, being like outsider music, but it's damn good. Let's see what else I got here. I got quite a stack. This one I lucked into. I've been looking for both of these artists. I found the split, incidentally. So it's I guess you'd call it a mini LP. It's a little bit on the short side, but it's a little more than an EP. So I guess you qualify that. So this is Jacky, Mother Blanker, and Vibra Cathedral Orchestra. This is fairly early in both of their careers, I believe. It's like 2001. This is a French import. I found this for like about $7 shipped. The vinyl, I don't know, they listed it like VG++. I'd say it's on the high end of VG, so yeah, I guess I went out on that for the price. Because these usually go about 30 bucks plus shipping, get it from Europe. So yeah, I'm still pretty happy with it. Awesome artwork. The face is kind of replicated on the label. I'm not gonna pull it out, it's black. But cool packaging. And there's this record label in France. They did a whole series with kind of like robot girls or something like this. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I would, if you like stuff like Tortoise, their early stuff like this is more in that Tortoise kind of art rocky, math rocky kind of vein. They definitely, both bands kind of got a little noisier with time. I personally like their later stuff, but yeah, I saw this for cheap. I just pounced on it because I saw on eBay. But I'm definitely going to be collecting more of their stuff on both ends. I've been streaming both bands a lot lately, and I jumped on that. What else I got? I got some thrift pickups. Let's just go through these. Yeah, I bought this a long time ago. I just never opened it because I've streamed it so much. Next Day, really good pressing. I'm not going to say too much about this. I actually played this before. This is the better album. But it's a return to form to this album, basically. Yeah, if you like that mid-70s Bowie, I would consider it essential. This is one of my, I don't know if it's one of my favorite, but it's up there. So yeah, it's the one that has Heroes on it, of course. Beauty and the Beast, Stand Out. Secret Life of Arabia was pretty good on there. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty good album. So it comes out as a double album, or it actually came with a single CD inside the album as well, which I know is left sealed for now. Yeah, whatever. Then I've had a bunch of thrift stuff I finally got around to listening to. So Charlie Pride, Greatest Hits. They had Volume 2, and I wish I'd picked it up now, because this one's damn good. So it's not R&B. This is actually country. Really good album. Has a little bit of that 70s kind of glammy production on it, but it doesn't really suffer that much for it. Really like this one, so I definitely would pick up more Charlie Pride if I saw it, if I'm in the mood for country, but yeah, honestly, I think that's enough for me. I'm not like a massive country guy, to be honest. This one, I'm guessing Volume 1 was the better one. So again, Goodwill find. This is part of that country stash I probably should have bought more of, because I just don't see it in really good shape. Porter Wagner, Volume 2. I'm guessing Volume 1's the one to have. The other one, 4.5-ish stars. This one, maybe 4 stars. I don't think it's as good, but But yeah, old-timey, early 70s country. Yeah, enough said. It's good if you see it. It's not expensive. This one I picked up a long time ago, and I finally got around to spinning it. Hee-haw, don't worry, there's no hee-haw sound bites or anything on this. It's mostly Buck Owen songs, some of which he performed himself, and a bunch which are covered by these other bands here. Not all his songs, but I'd say like about half of the songs on here are actually his. A little bit of, Don Rich and Roy Clark, a couple other things too. But the Discog's rating wasn't that great, but yeah, I'd say it was a solid 4 on this one. I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, sorry, Steve. Yeehaw. That was a good one. Pretty sure I showed this before, but picked this up a while back. Summer. Sugar and Spice by the Crying Shames. Kind of pop psych, I guess you'd. But this is a demo copy too. It's kind of cool. Not for sale. Pretty much all covers. So, yeah, very pop oriented. You Could Be Happy, Heat Wave. If you don't care about time, Hey Joe, decent cover of that. I gotta get out of this, or we gotta get it out of this place. I'd say it's a pretty solid album. Would I go out of my way to get it? No, but yeah, somewhere in 4.5. It's definitely gonna stay in my collection for a while, just because it's an enjoyable listen. Other stuff. This was another thrift find a little back. Staple Sisters. This one's actually a comp of some of their earlier stuff. Gospel music. Enough said. It's if you see it, it's a really good comp. 4.5 all day long, no problem. Very enjoyable. Yeah, some of the earlier stuff's a little rough around the edges, but it's still enjoyable. Yeah, this one was part of what I traded with Sean. He used this for packing, but it's actually a good album. Thank you, Sean. I actually enjoy this. There's a little surface noise on this copy, but it's not terrible. It's as long as I'm not using headphones, no problem. Herbie Mann returns to the Village Gate. It's not as doesn't have a lot of that. Must be 60s. I didn't look up the year. It's probably like mid 60s. So it's not as the one like where he's wearing like soul flutes, or the one he's wearing like I forget what's called, Push, I think. I got a copy over there somewhere. The shirtless one everyone likes to show. So it doesn't have that kind of 70s production. This is a little bit more basically white jazz, safe jazz. It's very kind of easy listening. Of course, he's a flautist, I think you say. But yeah, very enjoyable. Does Bags Groove, a cover of that on here. A bunch of originals, little pan flutes and stuff like that he threw in there. Some Asian instrumentation. But yeah, I actually really like this one, so thank you, Sean. At least a 4, maybe a little higher on my scale. I actually like this a little bit better than his 70s output. I genuinely enjoyed that one. This is one I had on CD, or a version of this on CD previous. Found it on the cheap. Unfortunately, I'd say it's only like a VG or a G+. Little bit of surface noise on there. But Roy Orbison's greatest hits, so don't need to say much about that. Worth having at least this one, I'd say. And I still need to pick up Mystery Girl. I've almost picked it up so many times. I'm just kicking myself when I've seen it a couple times for under a few bucks in like pristine condition. The last year or so, it just disappeared. Yep, and this was another thrift find at Goodwill for like $1.50, I think. Double album, Steely Dan. And I think this is the only Steely Dan I'm going to keep. I think I'm going to purge my other Steely Dan, because this has pretty much all the stuff I'd want on it. It does have all the stuff I want on it, between the double album. So I think I'll be purging my Steely Dan collection, just keeping this, because I'm not like a massive Steely Dan fan. Every once in a while I might have the mood, but that has absolutely everything I'd want on it. So if you see this, I think it doesn't go for a ton of money, even if you don't find it at Goodwill. I lucked into this one. It's at least a VG+, bordering on near mint, so pretty happy to find that. So now I can purge my other stuff. Now jumping into CDs, a little hodgepodge of stuff. Um, so I actually bought this, but it had the Steely Dan best of inside it. So on vinyl, I do have a really clean cover of this. That's on my wall above me. I'm not gonna grab it down, but yeah. So of course from Steely Dan, Donald Fagen. This is considered his best. This is just CD copy, whatever. This shows up in the VC a lot. If you don't know it, it's worth a listen. It's basically Steely Dan, flight, more autobiographical, I suppose, like if you read the liner notes. Is it worth having? Yeah, I'd say so, but I wouldn't go out of your way for it. I'm not sure if I showed this before, but definitely shown the band before. Zenigeva, Live in America. This is kind of early on in their career. This is put out on his own label. This is KK Null. Noise artist out of Japan. He was pretty big noise artist in the 80s, 90s. He's still around. So this is him plus it's more of a band more than noise. Has some progressive leanings, but is pretty noisy. So this is Randy, probably not, but you may like it. It's well done. Um, has metalish, proggy leanings, but is definitely noisy. Steve Albini has worked with him a bit as well. But yeah, songs like Godflesh, Dead Sun Rising, Skull, F word, I Want You, The Body, Blood, Sex, yeah. But it's really, it's an interesting band, I will say. I've seen them a couple of times over the years. And, the sometimes drummer, not on this album, but the drummer I think I saw them tour with in a lot of their later albums. This is like 92. A lot of their later albums, it was dude from the Ruins, and he's also played for Acid Mother's Temple, and what other band? Yeah, of course, Sax Ruins, and Jacky, Koenji. So he has kind of the drummer has some proggy leanings, but not on that particular album. But it's enjoyable. I like that album a lot. I've kept it over the years. Not for everyone, but I do enjoy it. This one quite enjoyable. This was a lucky find for I think $1 at the thrift. Yeah, they go for a bit more than that. It's a double comp of Edithpf, I guess you pronounce it. So this is her earlier stuff, so 30s to mid 40s, French pop vocal. Think like Doris Day or something, but in French. So quite enjoyable. Very very good comp. 4.5 all day long. Yeah. So yeah, if you see something like that, pick it up. She's very enjoyable if you like those kind of Doris Day vocally pseudo jazz things. Saw this for 30 cents. I think I showed that the other week. So, I'd rather vinyl, but, for 30 cents, I'm not leaving that. Clifton Chenier, Zydeco. I think Steve at one point had this on vinyl. The vinyl's really hard to find. I have one other one on vinyl. I think this is a comp, and I think the other one I have is a comp. The other one I think is the better of the two. But I forget the name of that one. But yeah, so the kind of New Orleans music, I don't know. It's not blues. It's not, it's what it is. Worth a listen though. So check them out. Steve has, I know if you can hunt it down, he's got some good videos on that kind of Zydeco stuff. This is a promo I found again. I think I paid like 30 some cents. Shudder to Think. They're DC emo band, one of those early DC emo bands. This one's a EP, 5 songs, promo. I'm not sure if it was ever commercially released. I actually really enjoyed this one. At least 4 stars. I'm definitely gonna have to give it some more listens. I remember, I think I want to say I saw them in the past. Because they're from DC. I don't know. I just never got into them, but I actually really enjoyed this a lot more than any of the other emo that's remained in my collection. I'm purging, so maybe a lot of the emo is going to be disappearing soon. I don't know. I thought I might like, I thought that stuff maybe was going to be hard to replace, but yeah, it's still in print, so yeah, whatever. Probably won't miss it if I purge it. This I might hold on to. I like that a lot. And for what I paid, yeah, cool. Again, not for everybody, but I rather enjoy this. This is part of that trade with Sean, one of the last ones. So Mechanormal, jarred up, is a comp. I gotta print out the back because it's missing with the track listing, but it's a comp of all their stuff. It's a little uneven. The other Mechanormal I have, I actually like a lot more because that's a proper album. Yeah, this one, it feels a little uneven because it is a comp, but it's, basically a two-piece alternative, lo-fi, good stuff. But anyway, I'm just going to end it here. So we're around 20 minutes. It's getting long for you guys. So everyone take care. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the wonderful spring weather. And I'll just be seeing you sometime next week, probably before Easter, but we'll see. Take care.